we share, with a dash of this and a pinch of that, mixed all up with care. The best company and conversation, recipes and new creations. We're cooking up something good here at home. We are cooking up something good here at home.
Well, hello family. How are you doing today? We hope it's a great day for you. I'll tell you, if you could smell the smell in this kitchen, because we have a guest and he's already getting started. It smells so good. What do you do when you have garlic, shallots, sun-dried tomatoes, pork loin, chickpeas, garlic, onion, garlic? Get my message? Lots of garlic smells. Oh, it smells so good. But you know, all of that wouldn't be anything if you didn't have this baby right here. You got to have the good olive oil. And this, I mean, my guest didn't even trust us that we would have good olive oil. He brought his own jug. You know what I'm saying? That's how important this is to cooks, to have the right olive oil. Well, my very special guest today is someone who was here about 3 years ago, Mark Lewis. He's a great guy. He's a deputy sheriff, works on our police force here in the city of Pittsburgh, and he was so great the last time. He made such good dishes. We invited him back. He's a good friend with my nephew, Jim Rainey, and all the guys down there doing the work of the law. You know what? We really do appreciate you. You're the young unsung heroes, but we know that you make it safe for us, and we thank you for that. And his lovely wife, Lynn, is here too. You're going to meet her later on. So we're ready to gear up for Italian all the way around today. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the hint to get started in the kitchen with Mark Lewis making 3 of your very favorite Italian dishes. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Here's today's at-home hint. Tomatoes may be broiled and sprinkled with grated cheese for a different taste treat. Also, when slicing tomatoes, it will be easier if you use a bread knife with saw teeth. They won't tear the skin. Well, I'm here in the kitchen. Mark, I'm so glad you're back with us, buddy.
I'm glad to be here.
Good to see you again. It's been 3 years, like I said, huh?
Too long.
Too long, absolutely, especially when you can cook like he can cook and stays fit and, well, we won't go into that. All right, let's get started. What are you making first?
Okay, well, let's get busy here. We got some pork that I've floured.
Okay, pork loin chops.
Correct. About
Okay.
a ½ inch thick. These are about a 1/4 inch thick, it looks
Look
like.
at those.
We browned them. We had our oil nice and hot before we put our pork in there.
And just flour, that's all. No
Right.
salt and pepper, nothing like that.
A couple minutes on each side just to get some color.
Okay.
We put it back on the flame.
Okay.
And these are ready to come off.
All
We
right.
have some already done over here.
So you just want to pull them off
Right.
because you're going to make something to go over
Nice
them,
and
right?
brown. Right.
Beautiful
We're gonna
brown, huh? Wow.
got them jumping out of us.
I'm so glad you're back. Been thinking about you, and
Well, I'm glad somebody's thinking about me.
oh, absolutely,
We're gonna cover
absolutely.
those up so they stay nice and warm.
Okay.
Our oil's nice and hot, so you got to watch.
And you're going to leave those brown bits in there. That doesn't
Oh yeah,
matter.
no, we want that. That's
You
all the
want that.
flavor.
Okay.
So we're gonna add some onions that we'd already cut up,
Okay.
and just a couple small onions, I should say.
Like medium, small to
Right,
medium.
and we use sweet onions because
They're sweet. They just make it
right.
good. But you can
Add flavor.
as much or as little as you want, right?
Correct. And we cut them up a little bigger because we want to taste them
Yeah.
later on. These will brown real quick.
Well, and if you cut them too thin, they also fry up so quick because that grease is hot, and you
Right.
can't really taste it.
But
Could
that-
you do mushrooms in there too?
You could probably do mushrooms or
peppers.
sweet peppers.
Peppers
I
would be
imagine
nice,
sweet
too.
peppers would be
Yeah.
good. But
Okay.
we're keeping it simple today.
Okay, so this is going to be the main dish of our meal.
This will be the
And
main
it's
dish,
called
the
what?
meat.
Pork loin with
Pork loin with a mustard wine sauce.
mustard and grapes. Okay.
Grey Poupon,
Okay.
if we're going to go brand names here.
Oh, why not? So you still cooking all the time for Lynn?
We both cook for each other.
That's good. Is she
Is-
still in doing her thing with the
Probation,
juvenile?
right,
Yeah, that's
probation
great.
officer.
I'll tell you, you both amaze me that your lives are so important to our safety. I mean, just we are walking around, we take that for granted, but they both have really devoted your lives to that, haven't you?
We're just lucky to have good jobs and be
Thank God.
lucky to work around a lot of nice people.
One of which happens to be my nephew, just by
Without
the
a
way,
doubt,
Jim.
he's one of the best.
He is.
I give him that.
He's something. He's a great father. He's a great husband. He's a great nephew.
He's a good all-around guy.
He is. What can we say?
You sound like his cheerleader.
I know. I like
That's
him
good.
a lot.
We all need a cheerleader.
Okay. So do they have to brown a lot?
I'd let them cook down.
Well, why don't you start this while they're browning?
While these
Okay.
are browning, we're going to start what we call an Italian hummus because that's the only way we can describe it because it has chickpeas and garlic and fresh shallots, a little bit of olive oil and some Romano cheese to bind it all together, and some fresh parsley to finish it off.
Okay.
But what we did, we took two cans of chickpeas.
I drained them.
Drained them, and they're ready to roll. So what we're going to add to this is
Oh, okay.
our shallots.
Yeah, let's show them a shallot.
Shallots, like a small onion.
Looks like a
We
little
don't need
onion
that
or a
skin.
big clove of garlic, and it's not. It's really an
And I
onion.
just cut them in half just to help them
How many
get
are
them
you putting
along.
in there? About 2 or 3?
The recipe calls for 2 or 3, but we're gonna load it up a little bit,
And you're going to put some garlic too.
and we're gonna put a lot of garlic in there to keep the vampires away.
Or
We're just gonna add the shallots.
people that you no longer think are friends.
Well, they might
whichever.
even want to be more of a friend. That might be a
That might be a draw, huh?
right. Might be a draw for
Who
them.
knows? Okay.
So there's the shallots, and we
Okay.
have some garlic.
How much garlic now?
Well,
You got about
a
3,
few
6,
cloves,
7.
but we're gonna eyeball this up, and we're gonna load it
Okay.
up just to get our immune system boosted here.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Might as well throw that last
Yeah, I
one
was
in there.
going to
He's
say, why are
lonely.
we quibbling over 2 little pieces?
We're not
Throw
gonna
it
make
all
them
in
lonely.
there.
But
No.
this is gonna be a little noisy. Let's figure out
okay.
how to use this.
I think it's this one.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay, we have it plugged in.
The lid is on. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Technical difficulties.
just stick with us here. There we go.
I just wanted you to know I didn't break it
You know, we're having trouble with the power strip.
because
and
I get blamed for everything.
No, not you.
Oh yeah.
They blame you?
Yes.
They wouldn't blame the sheriff. What's the matter with
This-
them? Are they nuts?
It's easier just to blame the kids, the guys. But this is all mixed up. It's ground up. So
You
what
mean
we're
that's
gonna
all
do?
you have to do? You don't have to
Yeah.
do any more
This
than
is so simple.
Okay.
You got a very powerful mixer here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna
40.
start adding our olive oil,
Okay.
and we're gonna make it just till it's like a little runny.
Okay, that's pretty thick still, huh?
Yeah, because that gives us an excuse to add more cheese.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. If you're putting cheese, I'd put about a quarter down.
And it comes out at probably about a cup of oil. So
Yeah.
you, for the faint of heart,
But you
Don't
do
worry,
it,
eat.
Yeah, and you do it in a thin stream, too, right?
eat and be happy. Right.
Because this is good stuff for you. This isn't
Right.
bad stuff.
Right. No trans fat.
No trans fat. And then I see you have the Pecorino Romano.
Yes, and we're just going to take the lid off because this is
This is
easy.
the fromage.
And this is the Italian measuring cup. There you go.
Yeah, that's about it, give or take
And
a
if you
little
get
bit.
too much cheese, you add a little bit more olive oil. You know,
yeah.
it'll all work
It
out
all
in the
works
end.
out, doesn't it?
Right.
It's amazing.
So we'll mix this.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And we
Now,
might
where do
need a little
go
bit
with
more.
that?
We're going to eat this on bread today.
Okay. So it's kind of like a dip spread type thing.
Exactly.
Good and healthy for you,
And,
huh? Over there's your spatula. Oh, yeah, right there in that.
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Right in front of me.
Yeah.
My trained eye. Yeah.
Well, it's in somebody else's different kitchen.
Like they
that's
say,
all.
good thing it wasn't a rattlesnake, huh?
I bet you for sure.
But I think we're going to need a little bit more cheese in there.
More cheese.
And we're going to give these onions a stir.
Okay, you tell me when, okay?
When?
Okay. All right, you know what? We're gonna finish the hummus.
Yeah, this is
He's
gonna
gonna
take 1 second.
continue with the onions, and we're gonna put the pork back in there. And when we come back, we've got another one, a pasta with sun-dried tomatoes. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. I tell you, someday we're gonna let the cameras roll on these breaks. Nobody would believe what's going on in this kitchen. If you've just joined us, you've missed a whole lot already. Mark Lewis is my special guest, and he's shown us some wonderful Italian delicacies, like the Italian hummus. We just had a taste. I'm telling you, it's awesome. Okay, so what you've done now, we've just browned the onions.
Brown the onions, and when they were brown, I added the wine.
You had a cup of cooking wine to that,
Right.
just to cook down and give it some more flavor.
Let it cook down, then we added chicken broth.
Chicken
a whole can
broth,
of chicken broth.
okay.
Bring it to a boil. And now our gravy's almost done, but what we're going to do,
Brown sugar.
make it even a little bit more sweeter.
Okay.
We're going to add some brown sugar.
It's amazing. I've never heard of that. Not even with
See?
onions.
We can all learn something new.
That's right. You're absolutely right.
Well, with the mustard, I think it's so spicy
Yeah, I like the balance
There's
of
a
the...
little
of
bit
the-
of,
What's
little
that,
bit.
about a third of a cup maybe?
No, not
Not even that much?
Not quite. I added a little bit extra. I always do.
Okay.
It seems, I don't know how it comes out that way, but we're going to add the grapes also.
Oh, we have, what's this, red seedless grapes?
Red seedless grapes.
You cut them, or are they whole, or what?
Some are whole, some are cut.
Oh.
I do that just
Wow.
because I think, lazy. I don't want to cut them
Cut them
all
all,
up.
yeah.
So we're going to stir them in and stir that brown sugar in real good.
My goodness.
And it's all coming together. And we'll
It
let
sure
this
is.
come up, heat up a little bit. And now,
And if you're wondering what he's going to put that over, look here, we
last but
already...
not least, we're going to add our mustard.
Ooh, that's a lot of mustard too,
Yes.
huh?
Well, with the
Because
sweetness,
that's the balance, yeah.
we're going to add a little extra there.
Okay.
And a little
Good.
for me.
A little for the cook.
A little for me.
Okay, and you're just going to stir that.
And I'm going to stir this in real
You're
good.
keeping that over about like medium heat, huh? You don't want it to like go
Right.
crazy.
I turned it down a little bit because we heated
too
the
hot.
pork on
Yeah.
the high heat. And now once it's out of there and the onions are fried, we don't want
Oh, man,
it.
look at that.
But it should come together. And we could add a little roux of cornstarch to thicken it up
If we needed to,
if
huh?
we needed to. And we might need to because
We have that made?
chicken didn't cook down a lot.
We had it right here. What happened to the roux? Okay, I think they already cleaned the dish. We'll get some more.
Uh-oh.
Not to worry.
That's okay.
It's here somewhere. You got
Through
to...
the magic of TV, it'll
Yeah.
reappear.
Now, are we going to put these back in there to cook?
We're going to put these back in there to
Okay.
cook.
I
And
want you to get on with the sun-dried tomatoes because
okay,
I can't wait on that
that
stuff.
that's the easiest.
Oh,
Next to the
okay.
hummus. The hummus was pretty easy.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. Oh, and,
and
the taste.
don't forget to add the parsley at the end.
Yeah, he did a nice big handful of fresh flat leaf Italian
Yeah,
parsley.
forget that curly
And
parsley.
just put it
We're
in
gonna
there.
add a little
Oh, it
bit
just
more
adds
mustard
another.
here.
Now, how do you know you need more mustard?
I'm just sensing it. It's a
It's
sixth
not
sense.
wafting up into your nostrils
It's a
yet,
sixth
right?
sense.
Is that what it is?
Come on,
Or
there
maybe
we
it's,
go.
Oh, there he
That's
is.
a little bit
You do
more.
have a big skillet full too, so you want
Right.
to use a lot.
Right, because we want to share.
Oh,
Whenever we
absolutely.
cook, we always cook extra because we're hoping for company.
Mark, I'll tell you what. I've done this program since 1991.
Okay.
I find myself standing when I'm going to do some recipes that says serves four, and I think, oh, that'll never be enough for the crew. I'm worrying about the crew.
That's what we're
eating
worried about. We want
instead of just
everybody to share.
Yeah, but that's what
food-
food's all about,
That's
isn't
right.
it?
In this country, food's cheap and it's plentiful. Let's share it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if we can get a
Nobody
little-
should ever be hungry.
No, never.
Nobody.
That's a sin.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, now we'll just add these back because they were
Weren't
just
fully
brown.
cooked,
They
that's
weren't
right.
fully cooked. And we'll just
Now,
sit
how
them
much
back
longer
in.
do they have to go?
About 6 minutes.
Really? That's all?
Really,
Just-
the dish seems like it takes a long time because it's just a few steps. But it's well worth it at the
Oh,
end.
yeah, definitely.
Between the grapes and the onions
Oh, boy.
and the mustard and
You
the
can't
brown
even imagine
sugar.
the smell in this place, though. I mean, it's just awesome. And we're going to put the lid on that, right?
Right, we'll put a lid on it and let
Okay.
it cook a little bit. We're going to turn
Okay.
it down a little bit more.
Okay. That'll be great. So, you know what? It doesn't look like you need that thickening, does it? Maybe at the end we'll take
Maybe
a
at
look
the
and
end. We
see.
can always
We can
pull them
adjust
back
it.
out.
That's right.
What we're going to
We can
do
adjust.
is we're going to move this forward,
Okay.
get off that burner, and we better turn this burner on.
Turn it on. Right.
Wrong one.
I hear it clicking. It's the last one. Keep going with it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There. it
There
is.
we go. We have ignition.
Houston, we do not have a problem.
Let
We have
that-
ignition.
We're a little
Okay.
lower, and so everybody can see what's going on here.
Yeah, there we go.
We got our oil heated up.
Second one. That's it.
And we're going to turn this up because we're going to fry some more onions, believe it or not,
Why not? Nothing wrong with that, huh?
and zucchini, and we can put them both in. This should be hot.
Same time?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We're going to do a lot of onions because this is a hearty dish, and we want to
Okay.
feed everybody.
Well, every time you come, you bring enough to feed the army. And we like that.
That should be
That's a
good.
thing.
That's probably about 2 or 3 onions, and we had a big
Okay.
zucchini that our neighbor Carol Hines gave us,
Thank you, Carol. It
Thank
looked
you,
like
Carol.
a torpedo. It was huge.
and
I
we're
thought
going to
maybe
use
they-
it up.
They had to have a special, like a gun that brought it on the porch because it was so big. It was great. It's nice when neighbors do that, huh?
Oh,
Share with you.
It's nice to have nice neighbors, that's for sure.
You know, that's for
We'll
sure.
just use these again.
Okay.
Community
So we have this
utensils.
on high.
Yes.
We just want these start to brown.
And we're just going to cook them down.
Okay.
Right. This is
I'm
a
gonna-
real simple, easy dish.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
Let's see what that looks like.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
thickening up good.
Yeah, it's doing good.
Actually, yeah, we should
I'm
leave it
just
off
gonna-
and let some of that water
Yeah, evaporate a little
keep
bit. huh?
evaporating. Thicken it up and make it
Okay.
even better. The thicker
kinda-
it gets is the sweeter
The
it gets
better it
and the
is.
better.
Yeah,
And with
you're
the
right.
mustard and everything, just
Okay. So talk me through this, because I know time's running out. I want us to know exactly.
This is basically done,
That's
except for
done.
just finishing cooking. Make sure your pork's cooked all the way
Right.
through. You're not going to overcook it. It's in the juice.
Right.
It's not going to dry out. The pork's nice and thin, and you got so much gravy.
The moisture in that will
You'll
keep
love
it nice.
And don't throw the
Okay.
gravy out. Take some bread and eat it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're going to cook these down until they're nice and brown.
Soft, okay.
And then we're going to add the sun-dried tomatoes, because you don't have to cook them. They're already
Okay,
done.
now take a look at this.
And we're going to use the oil out of the sun-dried tomatoes also, because it's got a lot of flavor. Don't lose it. Don't waste it.
Okay, and that's going to add a lot of flavor to
Right.
yours. And like how much of this jar will you make? And you're cooking
For this-
what, a pound?
A pound, I'll use about 10 ounces, probably about half this jar.
Half the jar.
Yeah,
okay.
that's a 32-ounce jar, but we're going to add extra because we like extra.
Yeah.
And we're
okay.
going to add the garlic after these are cooked down. And when we add the sun-dried tomatoes, we'll add the garlic, because I don't like to overcook the garlic.
No, I
Everybody
agree.
adds it at first, and it burns, and it's...
Yeah, and then it leaves that taste. Now
Right.
tell us about the pasta you brought while this is cooking.
Well, I'm diabetic, so I got a watch, type
Okay.
2, so I use the Barilla, any
And
of the
that's
whole wheat.
Okay, do you like it?
Yeah, once you get
Lynn
used to the
said she
flavor.
likes it
Yeah,
too.
we like it. We make it al dente. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. And it
Sounds
breaks
good.
down slower in your system, so your doesn't spike your sugar as much.
Okay.
And that way there I can still enjoy pasta and not feel
Sure,
that guilty.
not feel guilty, that's right.
Right.
Have to take care of yourself, for sure.
Exactly, because you only
Okay,
get
so
one
that's
self.
a really good hint. If you're having a problem with diabetes and you can't eat regular pasta, get some of the whole wheat pasta, because that will help you
But
through
still
that.
watch your portions.
Oh, yeah, because you
Portion
can
control.
Yeah, you could go crazy
That's
with
what
that,
it's
I
all
guess.
about. Small
Right.
portions.
Now, this is going to take a little while. So you know what? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be in the dining room. Basically, he's told you what goes into this dish. You're going to see it when we come back. And the whole table looks great. But what makes it look even greater is Lynn's here now. This is Mark's lovely wife, and we're so glad that you joined us.
Thank you,
It's
Arlene.
always good to have you with us.
Nice to see
Are
you.
you keeping him in the straight and narrow?
I'm keeping him in line. I'm trying.
Well, if you do, you're the only one I know that succeeds. It's hard to keep these guys in line, but when they cook like this, we don't care, right?
No,
Absolutely.
never mind.
It's my saving grace.
Yes.
Besides a few other things. So, okay, let's take a look at the hummus. He calls it Italian hummus, and you know what? That is incredibly awesome. We were like snatching that. That taste, you know, so I don't like chickpeas. I don't either, but try it. You will be amazed at how good. And then Linda just took a regular loaf of bread, cut it, and we just toasted it in the oven just to give it some crunch underneath that to support that. It's fabulous. Next to that is the pork loin. And that gravy, oh, and those grapes, they cook down and render a flavor that adds so much to the mustard in there, the Dijon mustard, and a little bit of brown sugar. That is an awesome. I can see that over rice. I can see that with a baked potato, just a big bowl of vegetables. That's a complete meal right there. And then, if you like pasta, we've used whole wheat pasta. Again, as Mark said, that if you have to watch your carbs and stuff, that's the way to go. But I tell you what, you cannot believe, he just added some cheese to this. Look how it soaks up the juices. I'm just turning that over. Look at that. We've got the nice color going on the onion and on the zucchini. And then he just added the sun-dried tomatoes and some of the oil that comes in the jar that they pack it in. Flavor, flavor, and more flavor. Fresh basil on top, some Parmesan cheese. And we're serving some alongside in case you want some when you put it on your plate. Because how could you ever get too much cheese?
Never.
I don't think so, huh?
Never. Never.
And then we just added a nice big tossed salad. And really, that's a whole entire meal. If you want to add a little chunk of cheese and some fresh fruit, you have clear to the dessert. And I'm so glad that you came. You always bring something interesting and delicious.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, you always are welcome.
Can I give you some hummus?
You sure can. I
Here,
will
I'll
take
just
some of that. Go for it. Yeah.
Put some on some bread for you.
And do you like all of the things like this that he makes?
Oh.
Are these things that you would?
We
Yeah.
experiment all the time.
Absolutely.
And I
yes.
know she's a good cook too. What do you like to cook, Lynn?
I like to cook chicken parmesan
Do you?
and make my own spaghetti sauce and
And I know that you're growing your basil this year. This is a good year for basil. We had good basil. We can dry it out or whatever we want to with it. But you can never have enough basil. Get a couple of plants, even try them on your windowsills, because who knows, you might be able to do it. We love to have guests come to at home because it just kind of brings another flavor. And you always bring a good flavor, and you too. And they're some of our favorite guests when they come. We're always glad when you come because you're family. And when family drop by, I know that the Lewises say when they cook enough because you just never know who's dropping in, and usually somebody does. But yeah, you do. And that's what family's about, right? And they don't even have to have the same name. They're just friends. And sometimes friends are even closer than your family. But you know what? You're always welcome. You're always welcome to our kitchen. And we're always glad when you drop by, because when we don't see you for a while, we know when you haven't been watching. Well, we think we do, but we hope that you're enjoying our programs. And thank you so much, Lynn and Mark, for being here. Thank you for being here. And you know, without you, there'd be no sense in doing programs like At Home. So be sure to join us the next time, because it just wouldn't be the same without you. We'll see you then.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by McGinnis Sisters Special Food Stores in Brentwood and Monroeville. Taste the world.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.